Kindergartners, today we get to read chapter 2 in Night of the Ninjas. At the end of chapter 1, Jack was worried because he had found a note and it made him think that Morgan was in trouble. That's not good. Now, did we meet any ninjas yet? Not yet, but we did meet a new character. Who did we meet? It was a little mouse. What did Annie name the little mouse? She named it Peanut. That was pretty cute. So we did meet a new character, but no ninjas yet. I'm really curious what this note says and what if it has something to do with Morgan. So today we're going to work on inferences. This is something that super awesome readers do. That's why you do it too, because you're a super awesome reader. When we make an inference, we think about what the characters are thinking and what they know. So we're going to pretend like we're Jack and pretend like we're Annie, and we're going to think like Jack and Annie. So as we read, we're going to practice making inferences, and I'll help you. I'm ready to get started reading though. I want to know what this note says. Chapter 2 is called The Open Book. Jack showed Annie a piece of paper. It said, "Help me. Under a spell, find 4 thin." Help me. Under a spell, find 4 thin. Oh no, said Annie. We have to help her. But what's a thin? Maybe she was trying to write things, said Jack. See how the N sort of runs off the page? Maybe she was trying to write things instead of thin. Let's see if that would make sense. Help me. Under a spell, find 4 things. Would it make more sense to find 4 things or 4 thin? 4 things, right? She probably was trying to write things. Maybe the spell was starting to make her disappear or something, said Annie. Right, said Jack. I wonder if she left any other clues. He glanced around the treehouse. Look! Annie pointed at a book in the corner. That's the only open book, she said. I'm going to take a second and I'm going to start thinking about what I've been reading. So I'm going to start making an inference. I'm going to think like Annie thinks. So Annie sees an open book. And what do you think she's thinking about that open book? What does she want to do? I think she's thinking that they should go wherever that book is open to. And all the other books that we've read, whenever they see an open book, that's where they go. And we know Morgan sometimes leaves clues around or helps Jack and Annie. So I think Annie is thinking they should go wherever that open book says they should. I'm making an inference about what's happening in the story. I think Annie thinks they should make a wish to go wherever that open book says. Let's see if I'm right. Jack looked around again. Annie was right. He felt a shiver go down his spine. Jack went over to the book and picked it up. He held it near the window. Light from the setting sun was golden on the page. He's holding it up there so he can read it better because it's dark outside. Jack stared at the picture on it. In the picture were trees with white flowers. The trees were on a side of a mountain near a wide rushing stream. Ooh, I'm visualizing that mountain with the trees and the stream of water. 2 people were also in the picture. They wore dark clothes. They had black scarves over their faces and long swords strapped to their back. I bet you're doing some thinking about what we're reading right now, right? That was some good information. What are you thinking about? Are you thinking about who those characters might be? Are you making a prediction? Who do you think those people are? Oh man, whispered Jack. Let's see if he's thinking the same thing. Who are they? Annie asked. Ninjas, I think, said Jack. Ninjas? Really? Said Annie. Morgan must have left the book open to this page for a reason, said Jack. Maybe that's where she was when the spell got her, said Annie. Or maybe that's where the 4 things are, said Jack. Are you thinking like Jack and Annie? Do you agree with them? Are you thinking that maybe Morgan left this book open for a reason and that has something to do with her being under a spell and the clues they need to find? I think they might be right. Let's go, said Annie. Now? Said Jack. Yes, Morgan's in trouble. She needs us now, said Annie. But we should read this book first, said Jack, so we'll be prepared. Forget it, said Annie. Every minute counts. She grabbed the book from Jack. Give it back, he said. We have to find out about this place. Annie held the book out of reach. We'll find out when we get there, she said. We don't even know where there is, Jack said. But Annie pointed at the picture. I wish we could go here, she said. You be Annie for a second. Make your wish. Let's wish together. I wish we could go here, she said. The leaves of the oak tree began to shake. Squeak! Don't be scared, Peanut, said Annie. She scooped up the mouse and she put it in the pouch of her sweatshirt. The wind began to blow. It blew harder and harder. The treehouse started to spin faster and faster. Jack squeezed his eyes shut. Then everything was still, absolutely still, except for the sound of rushing water. And that's the end of the chapter. Where do you think Jack and Annie are? Remember this picture from the front cover? Kind of looks like what was in the book that they saw. Where are they? I drew for my story timeline card the picture that they saw in the book where they made the wish to go there. And then I drew these lines to show that the treehouse was spinning because I think that's important too. So Jack and Annie saw this book that had ninjas in it and they're gonna wish to go there because they wanna help Morgan. Do you think Morgan Le Fay is gonna be there? She's under a spell. I'm a little worried about what's gonna happen next. Are Jack and Annie gonna find 4 things to help Morgan? How will they know what things to find? Man, this chapter left me with lots of questions, and that's okay because good readers ask questions about what's gonna happen next or what's happening in the story. So I have lots of questions about what's gonna happen next, and I bet you do too. And you probably have some good predictions too about what you think is gonna happen. I can't wait to read with you tomorrow.